Yes, quarter session. Tonight only joined by the Bajan Scout, Alan Pinder. But we'll be looking at the NBA, the East, the West, fantasy picks, and our usual pick five. So let me take a peep at the West first. Now, last week, KD butted on Wemby, and he lost a game, a real close one. Actually, he had the key turnover at the end.
Yep.
And they lost to the Spurs.
Yeah, I think Booker played on that one, right?
Booker played that one? I think so.
Yeah, I think Booker played on that one,
which
made that loss even a little more surprising.
Right. I think San Antonio can shock some people. That does not mean that I think they're gonna win anything. I think they're gonna win a little bit more games than a lot of people would think, especially in the West are fairly stacked, right? Right now, the Phoenix Suns, they have a losing record, actually, 3-4. And Denver just lost their first game to Minnesota. And the Kings, surprisingly, is got a losing record as well. One of the things that really surprises me from the games that they win is the Warriors. The Warriors should really be like 2-4 or 2-5 or something. But they are 5-2. And
should win some close games.
Right, and they win the close games. And not only that, I watched a game with Warriors and Cavaliers, and it was not even close. Cavaliers just like trampled them, man. I mean, the score might look a little close, but if you actually watch the game, Cavaliers was in charge of that game from the beginning. That's the second loss they had. But they have a number of games home coming up, so we'll see how good or how bad they are.
Indeed.
But that was the West. Denver still leading the West. And the Park.
The Clippers, true defending champs, right?
Yeah, the Clippers went and get their man. That was James Harden. He's supposed to make his debut tonight, but we'll see.
Russ is running point guard apparently, because Russ has earned the spot this year. So Russ is going to remain the point guard.
Okay, this is going to be very interesting. Yeah, very interesting. But we'll see what happens. I know the Clippers are the Clippers, so we'll see what happens with them going forward.
Yeah, the right spot in LA with all the drama.
Yeah, right. All they need now is some sort of director, and they can start that. They can start that drama. The East, though, we had some surprising things in the East. What was your biggest surprise in the East? I mean, besides Indiana getting beat by 50.
Yeah, but when Tyrese Halliburton hasn't played, team just goes in the tank, man. But biggest surprise in the East to me has to be the Orlando Magic. Magic, that young team, didn't expect them to start 4-2. They've had some good wins as well. They played the Lakers. I think didn't they beat the Lakers?
Yeah, they beat the Lakers. They beat the Lakers in the last game, man.
Yeah, so I mean, the young guys have been playing very well. They've been defending very well because when I check their defensive ratings, I think they're like top 5 defensive ratings as well. So I know Jalen Suggs is, I mean, yeah, he's like the head of the snake on defense. He's excellent defensively. So it seems that they're building something very interesting there down there in Orlando. So yeah, they are a big surprise. I don't think they'll sustain it. But yeah, I don't think they'll necessarily top 4 in the East, but I think that they may start to make some noise in the East. This is one of those teams I thought might have been ahead of when we talk about the Miami Heat. I thought that, with Miami Heat not really doing as much to replenish their talent, some of these mid-tier teams may jump past them, and I think Orlando may be one of those teams potentially. But the early days, Miami only has one more victory than the lowly Grizzlies right now, so we have to see how things shake out. Losing between game 10 and game 20 have a better idea. But But Boston Celtics certainly looked the part so far. They've been playing that shooting well. Philly has done a good job to get past the drama they have with James Harden, and their team isn't in their final form, but Tyrese Maxey has stepped up into that role as their primary perimeter option right now, and he's been shining, doing extremely well. So we'll see how things continue to go with them. The Bucks definitely have some work to do though. There's a little more turmoil on that team than I realized, especially with Terry Stotts basically leaving the team at the beginning of training camp. With Chris Middleton, I thought he was healthy, but he still doesn't seem to be fully there. He's on a serious minutes restriction right now. So um, the Bucks are not off to the greatest record. I mean, we saw how Dame and Giannis can look when they're clicking, but they're going to need to get out coaching situation. Decide what they're going to do defensively. I don't think they have figured out exactly how they're going to defend us yet. And hopefully Chris is healthy. But if they get those things on, they can be good. But they're going to touch and go for a little bit right now, I think.
Yeah, I after the first game, when Dame dropped 30 something, I thought that it would be, smooth sailing, but it seems like they have some bigger issues than just Dame. So they may have some coaching issues and some other turmoil in their camp. But they're still in number 5 spot, and Boston is number 1.
Nice.
So it's still early. Once they get stuff straightened out, they should be okay. Well, that's the East. That's the West. And now we will join Mr. Alan Pinder, the Bajan Scout, for our fantasy picks. What do you have for us?
The young guy, Asar Thompson, the rookie, he's been rising on the boards. He's been playing extremely well out the gate. Very surprising. But I did tell you keep an eye on these young guys. He's been scoring pretty well so far, been great on the boards. He's been getting assists as well. And in his last game, he had 4 steals and 4 blocks. He's been doing really well for the Detroit Pistons so far. So he still seems to be available a lot of leagues, but guys are definitely picking him up. So definitely keep an eye on him. And if you have space on your roster, maybe a good idea to stash him for now. Tillman, the Xavier Tillman for the Grizzlies. Well, he's down now. I mean, the Grizzlies really don't have any more big men. Luckily, Aldama is back from injury. I think he has 1 game on his belt. I think I had mentioned him a couple weeks ago. I think you should definitely keep an eye on him and potentially pick him up. I think he's going to have to play. He's going to have to probably going to get decent minutes going forward. So he's probably going to be a good option, at least in the short to medium term. Because, yeah, they're really seriously down on big men there in Memphis. But if you're looking for some vet, Malik Monk, you saw how the Kings are struggling a little bit. Malik Monk has been trying to pick up some of the slack there from Fox being out with some playmaking and some scoring. So he's probably going to be good in the short term until Fox gets back. And Grant Williams, he started a little slow for the Mavericks, but he's been picking up quite well the last few games, averaging 18 points. And both those vets seem to be available in a lot of leagues. So, yeah, 2 young guys and 2 vets you can look at.
Okay. So that's the fantasy picks. And we usually go with Alan and his fantasy picks. So we'll see what happens going forward. I'm doing fairly well in my fantasy league. I'm hoping that I will not get any injuries. But, there's a long season. And you know what happens when people get multiple injuries. And then, your stock is there start to go down. Yeah, so that is fantasy picks, but we cannot leave unless we have our pick 5. I must admit, last week was not a good week for me. I went 0-5. Right now, the leader is that is Avenger only 1, Keelan Phillips. He's 8, and Bajan Scout Alan Pinder is 4, and I will not say how many I am, but that's to say is that I am more than 1.
All right.
I not as much as 3. Right. So this week, on Wednesday, since there are no games scheduled for Tuesday, on Wednesday, Clippers at Brooklyn. I give the Clippers.
Yeah, I think the Clips. Yeah, I think they're probably gonna get that one.
Okay.
Assuming everyone plays.
Okay. And then
assuming everyone plays.
On Wednesday again, there's the Cavs at OKC. This should be a very interesting game.
Yeah, because OKC's been playing pretty well recently.
Cavs
I'll go
haven't
with the
been playing
Cavs.
bad either.
Yeah, I'll go with the Cavs this one.
All right. Well, I will go with OKC. I feel they're playing home and they're not doing too badly. On Thursday, the Bucks at Indiana. I mean,
Mm.
you could like say, okay, I will go with the Bucks.
Good choice, good choice. Unless you want to go Indiana too, but yeah, but Bucks has been struggling recently, as we said. So
Yeah, you never
I think
know.
Indiana has a
Halliburton
chance
might
to
get a
sneak a
good
sneaky
game
one.
and push Indiana over the top.
Yeah, I think they have a chance here to sneak a good one.
Right. And then Friday is Lakers at Phoenix.
Mm.
But you know I can pick Lakers.
Yeah, ooh,
I
that's a tough one.
think
The
Beal
thing
is
is that
still out.
yeah,
Booker
but I don't
is
know.
still struggling a bit.
Yeah, so it's just KD. Um, yeah, I'll go with LA on this one as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then the final on Saturday is Miami at Atlanta.
yeah, I'll go with the Hawks.
You go Hawks. Okay.
Yep.
Well, I will have to go with Miami. Sooner or later, they're going to start to score. They're going to start to make some sort of games.
I don't know about that. So the hero's been balling. He's been playing extremely well for them. So far, it looks like he's taking his game to another level, but that's not been enough.
Yeah,
But
but
we'll see.
what it is playing games on defensive side of the ball. And
Well,
that's where he's had problems with Tyler Hero.
yeah, true. That's true.
Right. All right, and that's it for our quarter session. And for right now, the court is adjourned.